Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Maxandjuancast. As you can see, I'm solo tonight. My boy Max, man, not feeling all that good. Throwing up, he's sick. My boy's not feeling good. So I got to write it solo dolo tonight, man. Canceled last night thinking, hey, give you an extra day. Maybe you'll feel better on Monday. Monday has came and he's still not doing good. So said some prayers to my boy Max, hoping he gets better. We still got a show to do. All right, I'm gonna do it solo dolo. It's probably not gonna be as long as the other ones. First of all, before we even get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. I know we just switched it off. Hey, we good. All right. I know my boy's missing on the right side. That looked kind of weird. Anyway, let's start off with Monday Night Football, man. I don't have a graphic for it, but the Bengals end up winning tonight, beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, look, the obvious big story coming out of this one is Trevor Lawrence, man. Trevor Lawrence, it looked bad, dude. Ended up spraining his ankle. We'll see what happens. MRIs are coming in the morning, I believe. So we'll probably get more details by the time this podcast gets out there. But tough look for the Jaguars, man. Jake Browning came in tonight and played his ass off. It just shows how much grit that the Bengals had. And you gotta give credit to them, man. They still had T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon. Their defense is still pretty good. So credit to them. They came out there and they got the job done. If you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, total disaster. Fumbled the ball tonight. They had a golden opportunity. They had a chance to get the number one seed in the AFC with the Chiefs getting knocked off by the Packers this week and just kind of, in limbo with the Miami Dolphins and didn't take care of business tonight. With the Jags, man, you can blame it on injuries. Obviously, they lost Lawrence, but they also lost Christian Kirk in the first quarter, who's a big part of their offense. To me, they can't run the ball. They cannot run the ball for shit, man. And I feel like that's the next step for this team is getting a guy like Travis Etienne going. And when he's going and he's dominating, I think the Jags are just a completely different offense. But a guy that I want to talk about that I've been banging on the drum about is Josh Allen, defensive end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Had an interception tonight by one of the worst plays I think I've ever saw by Tyler Boyd, wide receiver for the Bengals. Threw a pick right to him. Stupid play on the Bengals' part, but credit to Josh Allen, man. He had a sack and a half today, and I think play after play after play, it's just he seems to just be around the ball and make plays, bro. He's a free agent this year. I think it'll be dumb, really dumb, if the Jaguars let him walk. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the NFL. Me and Max have a little segment coming up probably during the week for our pick'ems, our Xbox Live talk. Last week we did overrated players. This week we're gonna do under. I think Josh Allen has to be on that list. I think he's in that. I want to say he's in that tier with T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby, but I feel like he's just under it. But he flirts with that motherfucker so much, bro. Gotta love Josh Allen, dude. I just wanted to give him his praise. And outlook on the Jags. Yeah, if Lawrence is down, they're done. I see this thing total disaster. I don't like CJ Beathard. He is not good. I don't even know why he's still in the league. He was terrible with the 49ers. This is panic time, man. And if you're the Indianapolis Colts, you're kind of licking your chops, man, because the Jags go down and this can be a disaster as far as like losing the next 5 games. Kind of disaster if Lawrence can't come back. Lawrence is definitely the engine that drives this team if they want to go anywhere. So on the Bengals side, Jake Browning, dude, had the game of his life. Props to him, man. I think we're all going to remember, if this is only his good game of his career, that, hey, this Monday Night Football game, he balled out. I can't see it continuing. They're in a really tough division, and they're fighting for that 7 spot along with Cleveland, Houston, the Bills, the Broncos, even if you want to throw in the Chargers in there. But it's going to be tough for the Bengals, man. I think a lot of change is going to happen with that team after this year, because they have a lot of free agents coming up. T. Higgins, Jonah Williams, and forgetting one of the other guys that they have on defense. But Luan Maruno, the defensive coordinator, is probably going to be a head coach next year also. So we'll see what happens with the Bengals. But shout out to them for getting a win, and they're still in the hunt, dude. Let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. All right. The Niners beat down the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend, 42-19. Brock Purdy, amazing game. Jalen Hurts got hurt at one point of this game, came back luckily. But all out, man, just dominating win for the Niners. They came out, they dominated. I wouldn't say from the first snap. I would say after those first 2 drives, when they went 3 and out, it was domination. But this doesn't really change anything for me. It really doesn't. I feel like the Niners had more to play for. That's something that me and Max were talking about during the pick'ems, is that this game meant a whole lot more to the 49ers. I think it was obvious. Does this mean that I'm completely off the Eagles? No. As much as a blowout it was, I still think the Eagles are fine. They're still a contender. Don't let any regular season game tell you different, man. When it comes down to the playoffs, teams play way different. I don't feel like it's going to be that kind of a game again. I can guarantee it. As far as Brock Purdy goes, I still feel the same about Purdy. Like, a lot of these narratives are not really going to change. The only thing that I would say is Deebo Samuel. Like, Deebo Samuel talked a lot of shit during the week, and he backed that shit up, dude. He had a huge game. As far as Purdy goes, though, but he has one of the best running backs in the league. He has probably one of the best skill players as a core in the league. He has one of the best defenses. He's going to look good. This whole MVP talk is crazy, man. The NFL loves narratives, and he's playing well. They're a hot team, so he's the favorite right now. I would give more credit to Dak Prescott, man, honestly. But this whole Purdy thing, I would just never get it. People don't like to look at the context of things. It's kind of like I seen a stat that Greg Olsen on Fox, the broadcast crew, was saying about Purdy, how he has the best completion rating in the NFL, and he's completing like 70% of his passes. And then on the other hand, they gave a stat about him. He has the highest yards per attempt. That's very skewed, because the 49ers are one of the best teams with yards after catch. So just because the guy has a high, yards per attempt doesn't mean that he's slinging the ball all types of other places. Like, just 50-yard bombs, 60-yard bombs all fucking game. That's not the case. It just pisses me off because people don't like to look at context. It's just like stats are very helpful. I'm low key a stats guy. Like, there's certain stats that mean more to me though. Like, for instance, yards. I think yards is the fucking biggest bullshit stat in the NFL. I think both ways. Yards there's a lot of garbage time to do with them. Like I said, with the quarterback, like the quarterback can throw a bubble screen to Jamar Chase or Brandon Ayuk, whoever it is, and they can run 80 yards down the field. Quarterback's going to get all the credit for that bubble screen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens more often than you think, and the quarterback gets stats for that. Same thing on the defensive end. It's like, I remember a couple of years ago, the Raiders were 14th pass defense, yards wise. Why? Because they were getting their ass kicked by the third quarter, so teams stopped passing the ball. They'll just run the ball to run out the clock. So, there's always context to do with these stats. You always have to look deeper into it. That's my little rant on Brock Purdy, because I know he's the MVP favorite. And shout out to the dude on Instagram, man. I'm going back and forth with him. If you're watching this, it's all love, bro. I fucking hate that you always go back to that clip that we have on IG about us talking about Brock Purdy. I'm not gonna waver, bro. I'm not. To me, he's always gonna be a system type of guy. And it's a shame, because we're probably never gonna see him like legitimately struggle in at least like for the next like 2 years, or 3 years. Because the Niners are really good. He has a great structure around him, man. And I would just say not all quarterbacks have the luxury like Brock Purdy. One big example I want to say also is like that 49ers offense went 3 and out twice to start off that game. The Eagles were marching down the field both times they had the ball. And credit to the Niners defense, they held them to 6 points. They had to take 2 field goals back to back. To me, if you're on a bad team, you have to wind up suffering that. It's like, I hate to always bring up the Raiders, but like, if Brock Purdy was on the Raiders and he went 3 and out in that game, Philly is going up 14-0. It's not 6-0. So like, there's levels to this. He's a trust fund kid. You can't give him all the credit in the world. Is he playing good? Yes. I'm not trying to say he's trash. Is he playing good? Yes. And you got to give him credit for that. But as far as this MVP talking, having to put him in the elite of the elite is just wrong. I can't do it. And you've seen it when they had injuries and shit wasn't 100% with the 49ers. What happened? Lost 3 straight. Trent Williams out, Deebo Samuel out, CMC out. You lose 3 in a row because shit's not perfect around you. I know he was hurt, but everyone's hurt in the NFL, man. He still played. He played like shit. So I don't think that's a coincidence. That's my little Brock Purdy rant. Everyone's going to think I'm a hater for that one, but fuck them. All right. What game should we talk about next? Man, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, KC and Green Bay. KC ends up getting upsetted by Green Bay 27-19. Look, man, Mahomes just did not look all that good in this game, man. Jordan Love outplayed him. Jordan Love had a hell of a game. I just want to pat myself on the back about Jordan Love because he's been looking amazing. Last 2 weeks, he's been balling out. And I know he had a rough stretch, but he's balling now, man, and he looks pretty good. And I'm hoping that Green Bay sticks with him with the future because he looks a lot like Rodgers, bro. I mean, I don't want to say he's going to be Rodgers or anything like that, but, you look at the eye test, and he plays very similar to Aaron Rodgers. Kind of crazy. And you got to give credit to Green Bay, man. They're staying alive in this playoff run. Big win for them. They take on the New York Giants on Monday Night Football next week. So they might win 3 in a row. So watch out for the Packers, man. They're getting hot at the right time. Matt LaFleur is undefeated in December. So that's something to take into consideration. But Christian Watson is balling out now, man. He's showing us why I was very high on him in the draft and what we seen last year. He's building off that. Uh, Shout out to the Packers though, man. And then on the Chiefs side, I just think it, it just looks very inconsistent at times. They look good against the Raiders last week for literally 3 quarters though. Like there was a first quarter in there where it was sloppy, it was bad, but since they were playing the Raiders, they got away with it. The Raiders couldn't score on offense. That wasn't the case with the Packers tonight. The Packers made them pay, and their offense was just slumped all fucking game, dude. Mahomes missed big plays, and everyone's gonna want to blame it. Everyone loves to blame it on one play. Everyone's gonna talk about the MVS penalty and pass interference, but there's certain plays during this game. There's certain stretches during this game where you expect the Chiefs to score points, be explosive, big Kelsey play here and there, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. And I think this is the worst that they've been in the Mahomes era. I don't think that's questionable. Nonetheless, they're still good. No one's threatening them in the AFC West, so they're for sure going to be a division leader. They're probably going to most likely make the playoffs. But if they run into the wrong team, they could get upset, man. And it's not. My confidence is just slowly going away for the Chiefs, man. Right now, if you're a Chiefs believer, you're a Mahomes believer. So I totally get it. I totally get why you would want to stick with the Chiefs narrative as far as like, hey, Mahomes, you can't count out 15. I totally get it, bro, but they don't really have weapons, bro. It's Kelsey or bust. And Rashee Rice, I have him on fantasy. Like, I love the kid, but at the end of the day, he's a rookie. Like, he can only do so much. They're counting on MVS. Sky Moore has been underwhelming, to say the least, and can't trust Kadarius Toney. Just a weird time for the Chiefs, man. We'll see what they do, but slowly not trusting them, man. Let's stick on the AFC side, and let's go Denver and Houston. Okay, this was a pretty good one. Came down to the last second. 17-22. Houston ends up getting the win. C.J. Stroud 274, 1 touchdown. Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions, but I don't think his stats doesn't really say like how. I wouldn't say he played like elite or anything, but he didn't play that bad, from the eye test. I thought he drove him down the field, made enough plays to give him a chance to win the game, and he came up short. He threw the ball up for grabs, and shout out to Jimmy Ward, former 49er, made a play for DeMeco Ryans and that Houston Texans team. But Houston, man, I will feel so much better about them if they didn't lose Tank Dell. Tank Dell, man, the standout rookie wide receiver, ended up breaking his fibia on Sunday, and it's a big blow, dude. Nico Collins has been balling this year, and like you can even say Noah Brown. Noah Brown's been kind of banged up too, though. It's just tough, man. I really like the whole CJ Stroud Tank Dell combination. It just lessens the excitement that I have for Houston, because I do think Tank Dell was a big piece for Houston if they wanted to make some noise in the playoffs and possibly beat one of these guys and one of the big dogs. But he's out for the season, ending his rookie year. I'm high on Tank Dell, dude. I think he's a fucking baller. It absolutely sucks that he got hurt, bro. CJ Stroud, though, gets it done. They're technically the 8th seed right now. Let me pop up the standings for you guys. Hold on, let me find that. There we go. Okay, so we got the Dolphins in first, who ended up beating the Washington Commanders down to the ground while having a great home crowd on the road. That was crazy to see. But I really want to get into this area right here. Steelers, Colts, Browns, all of this shit right here. It's a mess, bro. 7-5 across the board for 4 teams: Steelers, Colts, Browns, Texans. Browns end up losing to the Rams. They're starting Joe Flacco. They're a fucking mess. Broncos are 6-6. Bills are 6-6. They had a bye week this week. Bengals staying afloat. Who knows, man? I wouldn't count out the Chargers. You know, the Chargers are just sticking around. There is a chance that they can get into the playoffs. I don't feel confident about it, but the AFC is crazy, dude. The Steelers, man. Let's talk about them a little bit. Let's take this off the screen. Steelers end up losing to the Arizona Cardinals, 24-10. I mean, this game was weird. There was a weather delay. Ended up going into the afternoon games. Kenny Pickett ends up getting hurt. Fractured his ankle, which was already fucked up as it is. He had surgery already. He's definitely out for next week. I'm sorry, Mitch Trubisky is trash. Like, they're not going to do anything with him. He is not that good. And the Steelers are in some deep shit because every game fucking counts right now. And they can easily slip out of this playoff race if they're not careful. Last week, me and Max were saying, oh, it's looking like an easy fucking playoff berth for the Steelers. And look how quickly things can fucking turn, man. They just lost to the Cardinals, who are one of the worst teams in the league. So their offense still sucks. They're still trying to run fucking Najee instead of Jalen Warren. I don't get it. Not looking good for the Steelers, though, man. If I would say right now who I'm most confident in, I would say Houston and Buffalo. I mean, I know Buffalo didn't play this week, but I'm forgetting someone. Indianapolis. They're kind of sneaky too. If Buffalo can't get it together, because Buffalo has a tough schedule themselves, they play the Chiefs next week. Watch out for the Colts, man. 31-28. They beat Tennessee in overtime. Gardner Minshew, slowly but surely, just being consistent as shit as a backup quarterback. He is single-handedly keeping the Colts afloat, man, because the Titans came out there and they were making some plays. Derrick Henry ended up getting hurt in this game, but had a pretty good day on the ground. 21 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins had a touchdown in this one. But shout out to Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. They're in the mix, man. They're in the fucking mix. And it's crazy to think they lost Anthony Richardson this year, their rookie quarterback, and they're probably still going to make it to the playoffs. And they lost Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's hurt, and they're still staying afloat. I'm going to look up their schedule, see who they got. I wouldn't be surprised if they have an easy schedule going forward. My goodness, why is it so hard to find the schedule? Okay, here we go. So they play the Bengals next week. Then they play the Steelers, Atlanta, and the Raiders. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Cincinnati. Indianapolis might fucking make it to the playoffs, bro. They got Steelers at home. They got the Raiders at home. And they got Houston at home. Yeah. Watch out for them, dude. They got a good schedule going forward. And their team's not bad, dude. They got weapons. Zach Moss is not bad. I don't think they're losing much with Jonathan Taylor. So watch out for them. Let's go to the Browns. I think it's so funny with the Browns, dude. The Browns had Joe Flacco start at quarterback, and he honestly wasn't all that bad. This game was a little closer than people realize. They ran away with it in the fourth quarter, but Cleveland kept it close. And Joe Flacco kept it close. He threw the ball 44 times, coming off the fucking couch, bro. 254, 2 touchdowns, and he had an interception. The Rams are good on offense, though, man. When Stafford is going and he's healthy, he's still one of the most elite quarterbacks in the league. 279, 3 touchdowns. Puka had a big score. Kyron Williams is, I'm taking that fucking L with Max. Max had him as one of his, best running backs coming out of the draft. He's looking like it. Kid out of Notre Dame, making guys miss, looking a little bit faster than his 40 time. I was wrong on Kyron Williams, man. I was talking a lot of shit about him during the draft process. But Cleveland, man, they got to get their shit together. It's looking like their defense is just not enough anymore. They were getting punked around. They were getting scored on. It's not a good look. I know they didn't have Denzel Ward, but they got to watch out. The Rams, on the other hand, let's start talking about the NFC because it's pretty deep, bro. The number 1 seed is up for grabs. The wild card is obviously up for grabs, but there's a lot of teams in the mix in the NFC. Let's talk about a Thursday night game that passed us a couple days ago. 35-41, Dallas winds up winning a shootout against Seattle. Shout out to Dak Prescott, man. He played fucking good, dude. There was a play in the fourth quarter where they needed a touchdown, and he ends up breaking out of a sack and completing a pass for a first down. I forgot who it was to, but those are the kind of plays that I look at and I give credit to, man, because that's what quarterbacks, that's why you pay them the big bucks. That's why what makes Mahomes or Josh Allen or, Joe Burrow. It's when you have the perfect coverage. You got the pressure. You got him where you wanted to, but he winds up breaking a sack, or he winds up hitting a corner and extending the play, hitting someone for a first down or a big play down the field or a touchdown, whatever it is. Those are the plays that quarterbacks are so valuable to me. And Dak Prescott made one of those on Thursday. They finally beat a winning team. To me, though, I honestly want to see more as a collective, because at the end of the day, they do have Mike McCarthy, and I'm gonna eat crow, and I'm gonna say Dak Prescott's playing pretty good. Max was saying that when he was picking this game, he was like, "Hey, Dak is not throwing picks this year. He's playing pretty good." He is, man. He's been playing pretty good all year. He's been playing some trash cans, but he's been playing pretty good. And against Seattle, he did his job. We'll see what he does this week. But I still I can't wait for that Philly game. They play Philly Sunday Night Football next weekend, so that'll be a big game for him. And I think he's gonna put up stats, because you can throw on the Philadelphia Eagles. Their defense is not all that good against the pass. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has a big game there. Wait and see if they're gonna win the game. But shout out to the Cowboys, bro. I know Ahmad boy Ahmad commented on the video and said, "Stop moving the bar, Juan." Because even when we beat a winning team, you're gonna say, "Oh, we're not real." And damn right, I'm damn right gonna say that, because deep down inside that there's always something to prove with the Cowboys until they do it. They haven't got past the wild card round. Let's just be real. Okay? So, or not past the wild card round. They haven't got past the second round. Okay? They haven't been back to an NFC championship. Okay? And that's facts. In like 22 years. They've had good teams. They've had good records. But there's always something missing with these motherfuckers. And to me, I'm waiting to see when that Mike McCarthy bug winds up biting them in the ass. This year, Dak is answering the bell, and it looks like they're getting that problem solved. But they still got another one in Mike McCarthy and this coaching staff. So we'll see. Their defense is good. Their offense is playing good. CeeDee Lamb, shout out to CeeDee Lamb. He played fucking amazing. He's definitely gonna get paid. But shout out to Dallas. Look, Detroit, man. Man. Detroit scares the fucking shit out of me, dude. They should have blown out the Saints team. It shouldn't have been close. 33-28. Carr ends up getting hurt in this game. Concussion. He's out. Laporta, shout out to rookie tight ends, 140 yards and a touchdown, 9 catches. Absolutely dominating his rookie year. One of the best rookie tight ends that we have seen in a while, stats-wise. He already has more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts in his whole career. It's kind of crazy to fucking say, but it's very true. Detroit's defense, though, man, it's not looking good. The last like 3 weeks, it hasn't been good. And you know, I made the Detroit Lions video, and it seems like I fucking cursed them because ever since then, their defense is going way down. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I still have trust in them. I'm not gonna say like, oh, they fucking suck now and they're not a Super Bowl contender. Like, teams have stretches. They're still winning. Their offense is still legit. I think they have the pieces on defense to bring it all together. They're going through a rough stretch right now. And I just think it's a good sign that they're still winning these games. I know they lost to the Packers, but they struggled against Chicago and they struggled against New Orleans. They won both of those games. Good teams find a way to win. So shout out to Detroit, man. We'll see what they do. But that defense might be the thing to bite them in the ass if it's anything. Okay, stay on the NFC. Where are we going to go? NFC. Let's go, man. Let's go Atlanta and Jets, even though I know the Jets are AFC. I still don't trust Atlanta. I'm so pissed. Because I picked the Jets to win this game, and they could have won this game. But Trevor Siemian, Boyle, whoever the fuck is at quarterback, is fucking terrible. They're so bad, dude. So bad. Desmond Ridder, 12 for 27, 121 yards, a touchdown. Just enough to get it done. Man, I was so pissed that Max got this game on me because I wanted to make him pay with this one, but Atlanta got the job done, man. Jesse Bates, the safety for the Falcons. He's a dog, bro. He came over from Cincinnati. I know Cincinnati is missing that dude, man, because he makes plays. He has at least like 5 interceptions this year. He's been playing fucking great. So shout out to Jesse Bates, but I don't see the Falcons doing anything fucking crazy. I don't. I still don't trust their team. I'm not big on them, dude. Not in the slightest. I don't even know who they play next week. Let me see. I bet you they play someone fucking good, and I'm probably gonna pick against them. Okay, they play the Bucks. I kind of want to pick the Bucks in that game. Like the Bucks can beat them, bro. I don't trust Atlanta at all. I hate them because they're gonna fool you every single week. Let's go Miami and Washington. It's time to fire Ron Rivera. They're probably not gonna do it because they're tanking, but 45-15, Miami stomps them. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing the way that they're playing Tyreek Hill, like man coverage zone. Like, what are you guys doing? Do you guys know that Tyreek Hill is one of the best players in the NFL? 157 yards, 2 touchdowns. This dude's having a career year. He's on pace to get 2,000 yards receiving. He's gonna probably break Megatron's record. It's fucking crazy, dude. Insane. Last game to go over. Tampa Bay and Carolina. Bryce Young, dude. Terrible. This is the second game and he can't even throw a touchdown. This game was winnable, but I'm sorry, Bryce Young is a problem. He is, dude. One thing that I loved about Bryce Young coming out of Alabama, like obviously he didn't have the best traits in the world, like oh huge arm, oh my god he's a scrambler, um, oh my god the intangibles are off the fucking charts. What it was that he always found a way to come up big in big moments, and the way that he carried himself and how he was cool, calm, and collected and made plays under pressure. It's the fucking opposite, dude. His rookie year. And I'm hoping it's a Trevor Lawrence thing where, hey, horrible situation, like bad coaching, bad system around him. They're ruining this kid's career. And let's get this turned around. Let's hire somebody that's going to benefit our quarterback, and let's go ahead and reinvest into this number one pick that we have, and let's turn this thing around. But I don't know, man. He's small. He's fucking small, and it hurts him, and I'm worried about it. Tampa Bay was banged up. They should have won that game, and Bryce Young could not get it done. The Panthers couldn't get it done. One more thing on this one. Shout out to Mike Evans. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer. There's no question about it. First ballot. One of the few players to have every single year that he's been in the league 1,000 yards. Consistency, my man. It's phenomenal. Okay? Shout out to Mike Evans. He's a fucking baller, and he's still doing it. He's having one of the best years for a wide receiver this year. He's been balling, dude. Shout out if you have him in fantasy, because he's been killing it. But bona fide Hall of Famer, Mike Evans. Just wanted to shout him out. I think that's it, though. Yeah, that's it. Let's take a look at the NFC playoff picture, and then I'll let you guys go. All right, 49ers have the top seed. I don't think it's going to stay that way. I really don't. Sorry. Let me go ahead and redo this. Hold on. There you go. Shout out to Max. 10-2. The Eagles still have the number one seed in the NFC. 10-2. Look, this Sunday night game is going to be huge for the Cowboys and the Eagles, man. If the Cowboys can get it done, they're going to have a legitimate shot to take that number one seed. We'll see what happens with the Niners. They have a shot too, obviously. But I think it's a three-headed race. I don't think the Lions are going to stay afloat with those three teams. They're going to probably be locked into the number 3 seed, should I say. Number 3 slot. The NFC South is wide open. That doesn't fucking matter. Now this wild card, it's gonna be shaky, bro. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the Packers hold the last wild card spot. But of course, you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, got the Bucks in there, got the Saints in there. Honestly, the Bucks and the Saints are looking more towards winning the division. So really, it's going to be a 1, 2, 3 headed race for that 7 spot with the Seahawks, Rams, and Packers. And if I would to call it right now, oh man, I kind of like the Rams. I do, even though the Packers are playing good, because I expect the Vikings to drop off. I didn't like what I saw last Monday night. They can't move the ball. JJ's coming back, and hey, they might have a big game against the Raiders. Get right fucking game, and I might look like a fucking idiot, but I don't like their offense. I think they're gonna take a step back, and I expect the Rams and the Packers to get those last wild card spots. I think that'll be great. The Seahawks, on the other hand, their defense is just bad. They give up way too many big plays, and you're not gonna win games like that. And Geno's inconsistent, but it's tough with the Seahawks, man. But I think that's gonna do it, folks. All right, a little bit longer than I expected, 40 minutes. So you're welcome. But Like I said, rode solo dolo tonight. I know we usually do the recaps on Sunday. Today had to do it on Monday. Wishing that my boy Max got better. Wasn't feeling all that good, feeling under the weather. Hopefully he'll be back this week for the pick'ems. And he'll probably be giving me a lot of shit because he caught back up in those pick'ems as far as record-wise. I'm still up. Your boy's still up, but I might be selling the fucking bag right now. Okay. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. We will see you guys during the week, Thursday, Friday. We'll see how that goes. But we appreciate you guys rocking with me. We out. Peace.